Good morning, ZERT Nation. XP001 here. Hope your morning's starting off right. Welcome to another episode of Season 3 of Coffee and Hate. Today, we're going to talk about vehicle preparation for your family travel. Some of these are the same tips that protection details use for cross-country trips or prolonged trips with the client, primarily overseas and sometimes stateside. So one, obviously vehicle maintenance is a big thing, guys. Every time I go out of town, I'm lazy. I send my car to go get an oil change. But with that being said, is when I talk about maintenance, is one is checking your spare tire, making sure you have a wrench, jack, all that stuff. Down to the basics, right? Now we're gonna move over to health and welfare, what I call it. My med bag, my trauma bag, and my medical bag. Does your medical bag have enough, what we call itchy and scratchy, for your family? Does it have, if you have 2 or 3 kids, do you have enough stuff to accommodate them, regardless if it's, allergy type stuff, their medication and or Band-Aids on top of your trauma kit for those severe emergency situations. Sustainment, when we talk about food and water, normally you should have enough food and water in your vehicle for 24 hours per person. That's what we use on overseas travel trips, and I can explain why, because I'm going to use this twice. 2 years ago, myself and XP023 got stuck in a flash flood where the road washed out in front of us, washed out behind us, and we were trapped. We were most likely going to be stuck there overnight. We were coming back from Utah, and that was something to take in consideration. That was just that we didn't figure was going to happen, man. We were basically 40 miles from Vegas and that happened, and there were some things to think about. Now I'm going to follow up with that as we get down this checklist here. So with that being said, food and water enough for each individual for 24 hours. Okay. Now, as you start packing, let's just use an SUV. As you start packing the back of that SUV up, all your food, water, luggage, bags, etc. The biggest thing for us on an overseas trip is not being ambushed, it's actually getting in a car accident. And being in a car accident and having basically gear and a case of water fly past myself and the driver and lodge into the front windshield and the dash was a huge eye-opener. So moving forward, we didn't know what we didn't know. So now we start using shock cord netting that we basically carabiner over the luggage in the back of the cars. So on a standard motorcade operation, the lead vehicle, the chase vehicle, will pretty much carry all the team supplies and luggage. The client's car is, including Jack, so the client's car is basically just his luggage and minimal. For God forbid, if you roll that car, no one's getting killed by wrenches or jacks or suitcases or gun cases flapping around in the back of the car. Just food for thought, guys, little things to think about. Now, once you did get all that stuff packed in, and you did get a flat tire, can you access that tire, that jack, and those wrenches without having to remove everything from the back of the vehicle? If in Africa, that's why you see like all those Land Cruisers, some of the vehicles, the Hiluxes, tires, jacks, cans, everything's on top so we can stack it. So if we do need to get out and change a tire, we can just pull everything off the roof where everything's accessible so we can get that tire fixed and get back on the road. Okay, so once you do pack, think about that next time you guys are on that trip. All right. Another thing too, guys, is standard map of the area. Your phone may not have service. You may lose GPS, or if you don't have GPS in your car, having a paper map of the area or the state that you're in is always viable. Okay. Also, big on this, 2 sets of keys. If you're traveling with your wife, she should have a set of keys, and you should have a set of keys anytime you guys are outside that vehicle. As a detail leader on a protection detail, every driver has keys, and then I have a carabiner with keys to every car in my admin bag. Because we ran into issues where drivers are in the bathroom or something happens, I can still unlock the vehicle, get the client in, and if need be, take off. The same thing goes for safety and security. Say if you and your family are at a gas station or a stop and you guys are separated, she has the kids and you don't, and something happens, at least one of you can get to the car and hold up or get stuff from the car if needed. Makes sense? Think about it. 2 sets of keys, always on your spouse and always on you, regardless of any time you're away from the vehicle. Now, route advances. If you're going to another state, another city, or a prolonged trip, you need to kind of do your route reconnaissance in the sense of knowing what's going on in the area. If there's, constructions, what your fuel points are. And the biggest thing is too, guys, we were, the last detail I was on, we were back east, and, we were getting ready to do a movement, and we found out on the news that there's a BLM protest at 2 p.m. So if we weren't aware of what was going on in our area, we literally had to change our entire schedule to beat that timeline for the protest and avoid it coming back. Also, too, there's going to be other things like what's going to happen here in a couple days where we have to close the HQ down early because Hillary Clinton and Trump are flying in for the debate. Being in Las Vegas, the intersecting 215 and 15 freeways, they're all going to be shut down. So literally the city comes to the freeway system comes to a halt. So it's just being proactive, not to get caught up in that type of stuff, and basically stick to your timelines you have for travel. Okay, last one is fuel. Now, technically, our SOP on our detail is never let the gas tank get below a half a tank. When you're traveling, sometimes you're like, oh, hey, we can make it, we can stretch it, make it to that location without stopping and getting gas. Like I was talking earlier, it was actually me and XP001, not 23, when we got stuck in that flash flood coming back from Utah. When those roads did wash out and they finally opened up, even though I was thinking that same thing, hey, we don't need to stop, I got enough gas. Well, that detour, which basically took another 2 hours for us to go around to come in the back way of Vegas. So only being 40 miles out, now we had another 2-hour drive to come in the back way because all the roads were washed out. But the biggest thing is that flash flood shut the power down into the cities that we approached. So there was no gas stations open. So we were literally screwed and literally limped in to Vegas on an empty tank. Just something to think about, guys. Just be proactive. So hope you enjoyed this post. Hope you guys are enjoying the Coffee and Hate. Tomorrow I'll be on the range. We're going to kind of step it up a notch. I'm going to talk about rifle deployment from the driver's side and utilizing a go bag with a sling rifle. Hope you enjoyed this information. Don't forget to stop by ZERTnation.com. If you're not a member, sign up. It's $39.99. You get a t-shirt, patch, ID card. You get placed in a squadron, access to members in your area, and of course all the discount codes from all the vendors and our sponsors. So just one of the benefits of being a member. Don't forget to stop by our training events page and look us up, read about it, get on YouTube, look at all of our videos, and check us out on Facebook and Instagram. So thanks for tuning in. I'm XP001, and I'll see you on the range tomorrow morning. Out.
The ZERT membership pack is your gateway to a worldwide organization dedicated to building a safe and trained community armed with the proper mindset to see you and your family through to safety. The first-year membership pack includes ZERT 702 black t-shirt, 5-inch ZERT 702 patch in PVC, your call sign and squadron assignment, ZERT membership certificate, official membership card with your call sign, 10 ZERT recruitment cards, access to discounts from ZERT-approved vendors, 15% off most ZERT merchandise year-round. In addition to the membership pack, once you join, you receive the following privileges: access to the ZERT forum and exclusive online videos. ZERT, not just an organization, it's a lifestyle. ZERTnation.com.